Using the walls of Kingston as her canvas, Charl Baker has beautified many spots you've seen around town, and she joins us now to tell us more. Charl, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us this morning. Boy, you are a Jane of all trades and seemingly a master of all.
I don't know about master, but I'm trying my best.
Yeah, I mean, the artist in you just cannot stop. You style, you design, and you paint. You say art is just an extension of my soul, which I found to be such a fantastic statement. When did you know that this was what your soul wanted? How old were you when you were old enough to recognize this is it?
I think from a child, like I always tell people that art chose me, because even as a child making mud pies, I would decorate them with flowers. Making doll clothes, I used to steal my father's socks and his handkerchiefs and make things. So I think I've always been making things as a child.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was born to create, I think.
You're born to create, but you see, you worked in, you style for films, commercials, and music videos. You style for artists, right?
Yes.
So how did you stumble into the canvas painting? I know you're painting on the walls of Kingston, but tell me how the actual painting started. Something you studied?
To be honest, art is really my background. That's my foundation. So the styling and stuff kind of came after. Uh,
Gotcha.
I have a teacher in high school that took a vested interest in me, and they afforded me to go to a camp. I would have been about 13, like 12 or 13 at the time. And I think that really changed the trajectory of my life. On that camp, I did painting, silk screening, drawing, all kinds of. Actually, that mural you're showing is not mine. That's Zoria's.
Okay.
Zoria Allen, another great artist.
Okay. So we're going to get to the murals, but I want to talk a little bit about your inspiration because you were born in Canada. You came here, then you went back to study in Canada, and 16 years ago, you made Jamaica your home base. Tell me a
Yes.
little bit about what inspires you about this country. What do you draw on when you head to do a mural like that? What are the inputs in your mind that produces that end product?
Well, some of them are motivated by the actual open call that goes out, because some of these murals have been from open calls through the Paint the City initiative with Kingston Creative. But some
Andrea.
of it just what's been in my mind's eye of what I want to express based on the theme. And, inspiration comes from so many things. It comes from songs, it comes from, conversations, it comes from, my worldview of things, it comes from travels, it comes from the experiences. So it comes from many different things.
And if you had a style, if you had to describe your style, could it
Uh-huh.
fit into any one, phrase, or is it like I see multifarious here? How would you describe your style?
I think that's the word that I would like to use. I think to the heart of me, I really love mixed media. I like to incorporate all different elements. In terms of the murals, it's not really realism. It's not abstract. It's just my impressionistic realism, then, if you want to call it, if that's a new term we can coin. But yeah, I very much like vibrancy. I love color.
I can tell.
Yes.
I want to big up Andrea Dempster-Chung for the work that she's doing.
Yes.
You have been involved in these murals. What do you think this initiative and initiatives like it and the work you are doing to beautify the spaces, what do you think that's doing for the psyche of the folks who live in and around those communities and just those of us who have to drive past it every day?
I think it does such a huge thing. I mean, I really want to commend Kingston Creative, but I want to take it back even to Paint Jamaica, which I was a part of. And, Murals had started in Southside, and totally art is a medium for social change. It really changes the environment. I actually just completed another mural on Water Lane for World AIDS Day, and there was someone passing by. And we had just an exchange of conversation, and she was just saying how much she admired the work, how she admired the street, and now she felt safe to walk on that road. She says for a long time she wouldn't go on that road because it was just dark, dreary, and scary. But now it's colorful, it's beautiful, it's inviting. And I actually took a little video because that's exactly the whole point of doing this. I think Kingston has been in disrepair for so long, we've left it It's decaying, it's dying, but there's so much beauty there, and it's for us to really, be conscious of our environment, to renew the space. It's really like a rebirth. I said it at Kingston, it's like the phoenix rising out the ashes. There's so much potential to downtown, and art really, there's a statement that says art comforts the disturbed and disturbs the comfortable. And it's a quote that I really like, because it really brings peace of mind when you're in an environment that's beautiful. It helps you to, feel safe, to feel confident, to be inspired. It's motivating, it's uplifting. And even in doing the one along the gully, that the harbor is polluted and stuff, and it's adjoining communities, but actually had, like, quote unquote, I don't want to say a madman, but basically a homeless guy. And he would come and watch while we were painting daily. And he would comment. And at first he was just rambling on, like, quote unquote, seemingly making no sense. But then in talking to him after, you realize he's making a lot of sense. And he was just saying how it's beautiful, and, Jamaica is so nice, and colors, and, God is good, and, creation and flowers and children. Like, he was just talking about everything.
It was therapy for him.
It was like he was really impacted by the work, and that impacted me, because that's what brings me joy, is to see that you can transform a space. Because I do say that I'm a creative alchemist, and I think that's the whole point of art, to transform someone's life or to transform an experience that you're having, whether in viewing art or in your environment or just passing it by, that it enlightens your spirit, it lifts your day, and it enhances your mood.
Art is a medium for social change. And what's the other one? Art comforts the disturbed.
That quote isn't mine, but yes, it says art comforts the disturbed and disturbs the comfortable.
Love that.
Because sometimes you see a piece of art that's, it could be very traumatic. And if you're very comfortable, you may think, oh, what is that? What are they trying to say? So it takes you out of your comfort zone to create conversation.
Completely get it. Where do we see more of your work, Charl, as we wrap up?
On Instagram, Charl B _art. I do have another page as well, Baker's Goods, but that's more personal. And hopefully around more walls around the city or in your home, because I also do personal murals for people, and I do craft shows. Hoping to do an exhibition this year, a solo exhibition. So any of those spaces and places.
Great. Nice to have met you this morning. Thanks for talking to us. Your work is lovely.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Man. Good to drive past Kingston and look, and it's such a juxtaposition. I mean, there's the gully with everything running through it, and then this wall of beauty. So juxtaposition is stark, but it does really uplift your spirits when you drive downtown and see the work that's happening there. Thank you very much, creative alchemist Charl Baker. We have more on Smile after this break.
Okay, thank you.